Behind every legend is a story of loyalty and friendship that defies the odds. This is the full, untold story of how two icons, Eminem and Dr. Dre, turned an unlikely partnership into a bond that changed the music world forever. After parting ways with Death Row Records, Dr. Dre was determined to build a new team that would be free from deception and devoid of the gangster image and diss tracks that had defined his previous label. He set out to establish his own record company, Aftermath Entertainment, in partnership with Interscope Records. However, Dre's initial efforts were met with disappointment. The album he released under Aftermath was a commercial failure, receiving harsh criticism from all quarters. Even The Firm, a supergroup project he produced, failed to connect with audiences. Dre's career was in jeopardy, with rumors circulating that the co-founder of Interscope, Jimmy Iovine, was under pressure to drop Dre from the label. At the same time, Eminem was struggling to make ends meet in Detroit. He was working for next to nothing and couldn't even afford to feed his family. His first album, Infinite, went largely unnoticed, and his situation seemed dire. In his song If I Had from the Slim Shady EP, Eminem vividly describes the hardships he was enduring. During this challenging period, Dre was taking a break, unsure of his next move. One day, while listening to demo tapes with Jimmy Iovine, Dre came across Eminem's music and was instantly intrigued. "What the hell is this? I need to meet this guy," Dre reportedly said. They quickly got in touch with Eminem, who, despite his financial struggles, made his way to Los Angeles to meet with Dre and Jimmy. Dre was initially surprised to discover that Eminem was white. But once they hit the studio, any doubts vanished. The moment Eminem started freestyling, beginning with the iconic line, "Hi, my name is Chicka Chicka Slim Shady," Dre knew he had found something special. Even though they only had the studio for an hour due to budget constraints, they managed to record the track in a single take. Dre was so impressed that he insisted on signing Eminem to the label immediately, even though signing a new artist to Interscope typically took 3 to 4 months. In 1999, they re-released the Slim Shady LP, which had now evolved from an EP to a full-length LP. The album's success was unprecedented, propelling Eminem's career to new heights. You could easily spot which tracks were produced by Dre just by looking at the streaming numbers on platforms like Spotify. Their first major collaboration was Guilty Conscience, a track that explores the internal conflict of a person contemplating criminal behavior, with Dre playing the role of the conscience trying to dissuade him. The song's concept was innovative, and its music video highlighted Dre's understanding that sometimes life isn't so black and white, especially in a scenario where a man catches his wife cheating. Of course, the album also featured the track that started it all, My Name Is, which they had recorded in that single-hour session. The Slim Shady LP debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200, selling 283,000 copies in its first week and remaining on the chart for an astonishing 100 weeks. Simultaneously, Dre was working on his own album, The Chronic 2001. Eminem contributed significantly, writing songs like Forgot About Dre, which served as a direct response to critics who claimed Dre was past his prime. The song was a smash hit, earning a Grammy for Best Rap Performance by a Duo or Group in 2001, as well as winning Best Rap Video at the MTV Video Music Awards in 2000. Another notable collaboration on 2001 was the track What's the Difference, where Eminem expressed his deep admiration for Dre, vowing to always have his back. Dre reciprocated, acknowledging the bond they had formed. Eminem also appeared in the music video for Still DRE, where Dre proudly highlighted Eminem's success. In Eminem's next project, the Marshall Mathers LP, Dr. Dre produced 6 tracks, including the hit single The Real Slim Shady. This song, filled with sharp wit and biting commentary, became one of Eminem's most iconic tracks. In his acceptance speech at the awards, Eminem expressed his gratitude, thanking Paul Rosenberg, Jimmy Iovine, and, of course, Dr. Dre, saying, "Once again, you got me up here." Their partnership extended beyond music. The duo also appeared in the film The Wash, alongside Snoop Dogg. In 2002, Eminem released The Eminem Show, which featured the track White America, where he reflected on how Dre had believed in him when no one else did. Dre also made a cameo in the music video for Without Me, further cementing their collaboration as one of the most successful in music history. This remarkable partnership not only saved Dr. Dre's career, but also gave Eminem the platform to become one of the most influential artists of his generation. Their mutual respect and loyalty to each other have resulted in a lasting legacy that continues to resonate with fans around the world. In their music video, Eminem and Dr. Dre playfully parodied iconic comic book heroes like Batman, Robin, and Blade. The duo attempted to save a boy who had gotten his hands on the Eminem Show album, which sported a parental advisory sticker. The video's climax saw Eminem dramatically entering the kid's house through a window after scaling the building, while Dre took the more conventional route through the door. Once inside, Eminem snatched the CD from the boy, pointing to the explicit content sticker on the cover. They also crafted a diss track for this album titled Say What You Said, where they took shots at the Source magazine, rapper Cannabis, and, most notably, producer Jermaine Dupri. The whole beef stemmed from Jermaine's claim in an interview with XXL magazine that he was the best beatmaker around. Dre couldn't let that slide and had to respond. In the same year, 2002, Eminem discovered 50 Cent's music and personally helped Dre sign this new talent, who would soon become one of the biggest names in the industry. Remember when we mentioned the track What's the Difference, where Eminem vowed to always have Dre's back? That loyalty was put to the test during the filming of the In Da Club music video, when one of the most feared figures in hip-hop, Suge Knight, showed up. Tony Yayo later recounted in an interview how Eminem remained calm and loyal to Dre during that tense encounter. In 2004, Eminem dropped his Encore album, with Dre producing 8 tracks and even making an appearance in the Just Lose It music video. However, Encore was met with disappointment by many fans and critics alike. The album's lackluster quality was largely attributed to Eminem's struggles with substance abuse, a battle he had been fighting for years. His addiction nearly cost him his life, leading him to check into rehab in 2007. Since then, Eminem has been living a sober life and even began working out with Dr. Dre. Eminem reflected on his journey in an interview, saying, "Once you're at a place where you've made progress and you've got some time invested in it, you don't want to quit and give up what you started." Of course, this renewed focus extended to his music. In 2009, he released the album Relapse, with Dre producing nearly every track except the intro and the hit song Beautiful. Dre also featured on tracks like Old Time Sake and Crack a Bottle, the latter also featuring their friend 50 Cent. Despite Dre's immense support, Relapse didn't resonate as well as hoped, with many critics and even Eminem himself later admitting disappointment in the album. Eminem would go on to address this in his next album, Recovery, where Dre's production contributions were more limited, with only 2 tracks. Their bond was beautifully illustrated in the 2011 track I Need a Doctor. Knowing their history, it's hard not to be moved by the song. At the time, Dr. Dre had taken a long break from music, grieving the loss of his son, Andre Young Jr., who passed away in 2008. The song reflects Dre's struggle to find the strength to continue, with Eminem's verses emphasizing how Dre's belief in him had saved his career, and Dre's verses questioning where all his so-called friends had gone, with only Eminem staying by his side. In 2021, Dre was hospitalized due to a brain aneurysm, a life-threatening condition. Doctors were unsure if he would survive and even called his family to say their goodbyes. Dre later recounted the experience, explaining how strict COVID-19 protocols meant no visitors were allowed, except in his case, when doctors made an exception for his family to visit, thinking it might be their last chance to see him. Around this time, a conflict had arisen between Eminem and Snoop Dogg after Snoop claimed that Eminem wasn't in his top 10 rappers list and suggested that all of Eminem's success was due to Dr. Dre's influence. This statement seemed particularly odd coming from Snoop, given that Dre had also played a significant role in launching his career. By the same logic, Snoop's own success could be attributed to Dre, especially considering that his best album, Doggy Style, was produced by Dre. Eminem addressed the situation in his song Zeus, where he expressed his surprise at being dissed by someone within his own circle. However, the feud was quickly resolved after Dre's health scare, with both artists realizing how trivial their disagreement was in light of Dre's serious illness. Snoop later reflected on the situation, admitting that he was out of line and apologized to Eminem. The two artists even collaborated and gave interviews together, reminiscing about their past. In one such interview, Eminem hilariously admitted that he had forgotten he appeared in the Still Dre music video. In 2022, a historic event took place when Dr. Dre, Eminem, Snoop Dogg, and 50 Cent reunited for an unforgettable Super Bowl halftime performance. Before launching into Lose Yourself, Eminem paid tribute to Dre by reciting the chorus from Forgot About Dre. That same year, Eminem was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and the warmth with which Dre spoke about his friend was truly heartwarming. As we conclude the incredible journey of Eminem and Dr. Dre, remember this. True friendship isn't just about standing by during the highs, it's about lifting each other up when the world seems to be falling apart. If you enjoyed the full story of their friendship, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more epic tales from the world of music.